So when was it that you started working with liberating structures yourself?
I think I first heard about them in 2010. My colleague, Michelle, had done a project with Keith. She had done some work with discovery and action dialogues around
Okay.
HIV. And then she was working with me on mental health stuff um, across Texas. And yeah, so we were running learning collaboratives, and it felt like every time we brought a big group of people together, we were doing this like massive brain dump where like we had the experts at the front of the room telling people, trying to inspire people to do things differently. And then for the next 3 months, they would just be expected to like implement those ideas with some light coaching from us. And it just was like,
Mhm.
this is not working. And so Michelle was like, Keith is putting together this like set of things. And we talked to him, we had a call with him to try to talk through how we would use them. And that's what got us to this first immersion workshop in Seattle, that
Mm.
hot room in Seattle where we learned a bunch of stuff. Um, yeah, and yeah, there were four of us there, and the four people kind of immediately put them into practice, and it was great. I mean, I think a lot of what I was using, I think there's this thing when you get started where right now, and I think maybe after maybe a year in, I just really started to fully embrace and try to understand like the everyday power of liberating structures and like those
Mm.
micro changes, like you were talking about. Just take a minute by yourself. Just take that minute. That is really powerful. It
Yeah,
turns out this is a
yeah.
powerful thing. But I was doing a lot of like what I would call special occasion liberating structure. You know what I mean? It's like you bring out your special plate when
Yeah.
you're somewhere and you're like bringing out
Ta-da!
your special, yeah. Hey. And so, yeah, I was doing it with a lot of like, I would go on site with the folks in the learning collaborative and do things alongside them, and was trying to really get them to use LS, which a lot of them did. Um, and then it became like, oh, our team itself, in trying to learn the methods to share with others, is making so much progress on our own program development.
Mm.
But like this is becoming a really vital way that we work together in the everyday. So it was like such a nice surprise. We basically dedicated every Friday to trying to exploring one of the liberating structures principles, and then using one or two of them to try to see what the result was. And in that we were like, okay, we're basically like developing really awesome program designs because we're using them. So, whoa, okay, let's just use them all the time.
And that was the epiphany. So really,
Yeah,
yeah, develop
yeah.
this your own practice with some kind of user group around you to explore it and stretch it and whatever.
Yeah, I wish there were
Mm.
more like internal organizational user groups. Like I think people, you don't have to call it a user group.
Mm.
You don't have to do, you can just try to run some experiments and see what happens and see what you figure out. But there's something about a group that has a shared challenge,
Mm.
using them together. You just can't replicate that, And so coming to an immersion workshop with a group of people that you work alongside, running stuff inside your own organization or inside a system that you're trying to really change, or with people that care about the same thing. I mean, I think that for me, it really started to change the way that I understood how I could work.
Wow.